In this video, we are going to discuss few topics from the chapter Economic Importance of Bacteria and Fungi. And in this video, we are going to start with the topic called Spoilage of Food by Bacteria. In our previous videos, we have discussed the usefulness and harmfulness of the bacteria, and now we are going to discuss how bacteria are harmful for our food. Since we know that many bacteria spoil cooked food, many bacteria spoils milk, many bacteria even spoil fruits and vegetables. And this process of spoiling of the food material is called fermentation. This fermentation means spoiling of the food by the bacteria often occurs during summer season. So during summer season, we see that the food gets spoiled soon. If this spoiled food is consumed by the organism, it leads to food poisoning. And a name given to the food poisoning is botulism. Botulism is a very serious food poisoning, and this food poisoning occurs due to special bacteria, and these special bacteria are found in sealed foods, the foods which are obtained in packets. They are also called tinned foods, and we can see that the packed food materials often contain certain bacteria, and that bacteria are responsible for the food poisoning of the organisms and even the human beings, especially in the canned foods or sealed foods. There are certain ways for the prevention of food from these harmful bacteria, and the food preservation can be brought about by several methods. Now we are going to study the different methods by which we can preserve the food from these bacteria. Moving on, the first method is boiling or heating method. Boiling method and heating method is also called sterilization. In this, the food material is heated or boiled. Sometimes on boiling the food material, the bacteria get killed. It means the boiling water kills the bacteria. But the limitation is that the bacteria can be killed, but the spores of bacteria can't be killed. Therefore, we have to heat the temperature to the high extent. So we can heat the temperature at near about 110 degrees Celsius and at an increased pressure. The apparatus which is used in heating the temperature above 110 degrees Celsius is called autoclave. So these apparatus, which are known as autoclaves, are used for heating the food material at high pressure to high temperatures. The spores which were not killed in the boiling water now gets killed here. This means that autoclaving can even kill the spores of the bacteria, which prevents in spoiling of the sealed food or in packed foods. Hence we can say that boiling and heating to a high temperature can kill the bacteria and can preserve the food for us. The second method for preservation is called salting. In this method, we add salt to the food material like fish, pickle, cheese, etc. When we add salt to the food material, then this helps in the growth of bacteria. And if the bacteria can't grow, it means they will not show any harmful effect on the organism or humans. Hence, we can say that on adding salt to the foodstuffs, the biodegradation of the food material is prevented, and this process of adding salt to the food material is called curing. Hence, the salting helps in food preservation. The next method for the food preservation is dehydration or drying method. In this, the food material is dried, means the moisture is removed, and on drying the food material such as grains, meat, fish, vegetables, now there is not a small amount of moisture in the food material. Hence, the food material can't get spoiled by the bacteria. In this way, by drying also, we can preserve the food material from bacteria. The next method to get preserved is irradiation. Irradiation is a process in which radioactive radiations are tried in sterilizing the food materials. These radioactive radiations, when they fall on the food material, this helps in killing the bacteria, and the ultraviolet light rays are used for irradiation method. These ultraviolet radiations, they kill the bacteria present on the different food materials and hence helps in food preservation. These ultraviolet radiations can also be used in schools, hospitals, factories for eradicating the different bacteria. Hence, irradiation method is used for food preservation as well as for destroying the bacteria in school, hospitals, factories, etc. The next method used for the food preservation is pasteurization. Pasteurization is a technique which is especially done for milks. You must have often seen the packed milk. These packed milks are often done pasteurization. This pasteurization process involves the heating the temperature of a milk to 60 degrees Celsius for a period of 30 minutes. Then that hot milk is at once chilled. It's chilled quickly. When the hot milk is chilled at once, majority of the bacteria present in the milk get destroyed or they get killed. Thus, pasteurization is a technique for sterilizing milk by heating up to 60 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes and then by at once chilling it quickly. Thus, pasteurization kills majority of the bacteria. Hence, that milk don't get affected for a short period. Means you can use that milk for a longer time and the milk don't get spoiled as the bacteria are absent in that milk. The next method for the preservation is the refrigeration method. The refrigeration method means cooling down the food material to the low temperatures. Thus, at low temperatures, bacteria and fungus such as molds, they do not grow and they do not reproduce. This keeping the food material at the low temperature in the refrigerator helps in the reproduction of the bacteria and molds. Hence, the bacteria and molds don't reproduce properly at low temperature. The food materials such as milk and vegetables which are kept in refrigerator at low temperature, or if any other food material such as vegetables and fruits are kept at cold storages, it means they are being kept at low temperature where the bacteria can't reproduce and the food can be preserved for a longer time. The domestic refrigerator, it is using the temperature of 0 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius for a short term storage, and if you want to preserve the food material for the longer time, then the deep freezers are used which are maintaining the temperature of minus 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and they can be used for a longer time. Next method for the preservation of the food material is by using strong concentrations and by using strong chemicals. The jams and the pickles, you must have seen that they don't get spoiled easily. The reason for that is they are having a strong concentration of sugar and a strong concentration of salt in them. These increased concentration of salts and sugars in the food material, they extract the water from the bacteria. And when the water is extracted from the bacteria, because of the shortage of the water, the bacteria get killed. Now, there are no bacteria in the food material. Hence, the food material is better preserved from the bacteria and from getting spoiled. The chemical which is often used in preservation is sodium benzoate. This material, sodium benzoate, is usually added to the tinned foods and squashes so that the bacteria may not grow, and if by chance there are bacteria, they may get killed up. Thus, by giving strong concentration of the chemicals, we can preserve the food material from the bacteria. Moving on further, now we are going to discuss the bacterial diseases which are often found in plants and animals. The diseases which are caused by bacteria in the plants, they are mainly black rot of mustard and cauliflower and the bacterial blight of cowpea. Now let's see these two diseases in diagram. The first is black rot of mustard. Here you can see a leaf of mustard where some black patches are there. These black patches are because of the bacteria. So this is the image for the mustard leaf which is destroyed by black rot. The second diagram is also in the form of image. Here you can see the cowpea leaf and it is damaged from its marginal side, and this damage is caused because of bacteria. This is the disease in cowpea known as bacterial blight of cowpea. Some bacterial diseases in animals are anthrax and bovine tuberculosis. In anthrax, usually the animals are having swelling on the body, and the milch animal usually produces less milk yield. And in tuberculosis, the animals are affected by the tuberculosis in their lungs. The bacterial diseases in humans are whooping cough, cholera, tuberculosis, diphtheria, typhoid, pneumonia, and tetanus. So these are some of the bacterial diseases which are caused by bacteria in humans. Next, we are going to study the topic called bioweapons. This means the bacteria are used as the weapons. These bacteria can be thrown as the germ bombs, and these can affect the humans of the different countries. Hence, they can be used as the weapons. The common weapon used is anthrax bacteria, which affects the human beings very fast and is commonly used as the bioweapon. That's all for this video.